Hello and welcome to another update video about AVAX. Yeah, AVAX, I would say, as basically anticipated, or at least as planned, moved into this target area here. We talked about that yesterday only. I think we were still up here somewhere. And I mentioned to you what we could be doing here is just an A and overshooting wave B. And if we get into this area here, this leaves room and space for entering for a long trade, you know, in a wave 2. Because I can currently not with absolute certainty say if we are still in a fifth wave or if we are already in the larger, you know, if we have topped already here maybe, yeah, that we basically completed this here, and this would then be a wave 1. And we're now coming down here in a larger correction in a wave 2 into this larger support area. Between 1234 and 1552. Yeah, there is the uncertainty, and therefore I gave you a possible trade setup here yesterday. Said if we get into this region, there is a good chance that irrespective of, you know, in which scenario we are, we should see some kind of a reaction to it. We did see that. Obviously, I still don't know in which scenario we are, but that doesn't matter for anybody who's been trading this, because you can now very easily just move up your stop loss into profit, or at least to break even, and just watch it and observe it and hope that we will go up and follow the yellow wave count here higher, because this could have just been a 1-2 setup in a larger uptrend. Yeah, so that's why this was so useful, and that's why we expected some kind of a reaction to it. That we already would hit it after just one day, or even on the same day, is that was unexpected. But let's see, you know, it's I have my doubts if this is going to follow this. But of course, if we break now above the 18, let's say the $19 level, then we basically have certainty that we are moving up here in a third wave, a fourth and a fifth, and that this would become the completion of that larger first wave. I'm going to add that now here, wave 1. And then afterwards, we can get into this large support area. However, this will need to be moved then, because this is currently based on the latest highs that we had, but I will be able to move it if we go higher, and then I will be able to, let's say, warn you or make you aware about what the next possible trade setup is. So far we had here 2 trade setups, and no, 3 on the AVAX chart. They all worked out nicely. We had this one. Here we went slightly below, depending on where you, really only in a tiny amount, depending on where you set the stop loss. If you entered this, you might have been stopped out, unfortunately. That's unfortunately what happens sometimes. But we then broke out here, and we were following, and here we had the next setup around that 38.2 fib, and now we had one more. So depending on if maybe you took no trade, maybe you took one, I don't know. But in all of them, you should be in profit now, even here with the latest one. But there is the uncertainty that this could still all be part of a larger correction. I hope I made that clear. So it could very well be that this wave 1 already finished here, or maybe already here. There are enough waves to do that, and that we have seen here just basically an A wave, an overshooting B wave, and the C wave down next in some shape or form. Yeah, this is not entirely clear, but exactly for that purpose, we identify these key turnaround points where the price should see a reaction either way. And the strategy that Elliott wave then can be used for is, you know, you scale into these support areas, and if you can then move up your stop loss to break even, and if you see it fail to impulse, so if it doesn't really do a proper impulse to the upside, then you can scale out, you know, and take some profits along the way. That's sort of how it's done. That's why I mean, breakout trades don't work for me. You know, you can be profitable as a breakout trader, but the thing is, you just have too many fake outs, and you are just setting your stop losses too far away from support. So you get easily, let's say, faked out, and you can burn your portfolio quicker. If you scale into support areas, you have you typically can move up your stop loss pretty quickly. So now we need to observe, do we break above that $19 level? Then it could take us next into the wave 3 target area up there. Which would be 2130 for the third wave as a minimum. And if we get into this area again, you know, you could re-enter again if you like to. There's still a possibility to find support once more. But if we break below the $16.20 level here, there's a good chance we get into this larger support area. But then I would rather now actually reduce the support area here to the 50% fib level, between 14.60 and 12.34. Because before that, we didn't really know if it was a wave 4 or not. And therefore, I gave you here this support already at the 38.2 fib, which we hit. But now if it's a wave 2 and comes down again, it should go below that low. So these are the two keys. So this is short-term support. And then we've got here the main support, the main bullish support, which is at 12.34 at the moment. But depending on where the high is in the end, I will have to move it possibly. Okay, that is my update about AVAX. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.